What's up, you guys? So today I wanted to do a little mini story time. This is also going to go into another story time I want to do, but I'm trying to keep. Don't look at that nail. I'm trying to figure out like what niche I want to continue with because I like doing story times, but at the same time I feel like I like the side of like self help advice sort of content too. So I suppose it just depends on the direction I want it, like my channel to go. I I kind of like also want it to be like little story times with advice, like the Reddit. Listening to people's stories because that's just more my thing versus just story times, which I love story time channels, but I just don't think I want to be simply a story time channel. Anyways, I'm figuring that out and some other things. But anyways, so I was kind of actually talking about this on one of my video I did for TikTok, and it's about learning how to overcome shyness. Some people are introverted and it's cool to be introverted, but I think there's a thin line between introverted and shy to the point where you become one of those women that are so insecure in your shyness that you put down other women who are not shy. And mind you, I am shy, but I'm both an introvert and an extrovert. But there are certain types of women who are mostly introverted. I mean, extroverted women get jealous too. But the topic is just about introverted or shy women or reserved women who tend to judge women who are not shy and who are not reserved and who are extroverted due to the fact that they don't know how to come up out of that shell. It's mostly like people who want to come out of that shell but don't know how. So, I'm going to start this story time with a story similar to that. I'm gonna name the girl. Let's call her Cheddar. I don't know. And the guy she had a crush on, we're gonna name him Biscuit. Cheddar Biscuits. Right. So so this took place in like high school, right? So me and Cheddar were close, and Cheddar had been to this school before, but I was new to the school, right? So I didn't really know people. And at the time, the school that I went to, maybe I shouldn't go that detailing into it, but yeah, let's just say it was like orientation. And Cheddar didn't go to the orientation. No, yeah. So I went to the orientation, I was meeting people, all that, but I was mostly meeting people in my grade. Cheddar was a grade above me. So once it came to the time where orientation was more for like everybody, every grade kind of situation, just so like different grades and things like that can meet. It's like basically like an introduction to the school and the teachers and what it was going to be like, that kind of thing. So at this point, I had met a lot of people in my grade, but at the time, I was still shy, right? But I guess you could say I have the type of personality where whether I'm being shy or not, people gravitate towards me. People tell me their business. People ask me questions. I don't know. Like, people just say I have that sort of face that's what people tell me. I have an inviting personality, or I have an inviting aura. Right? Ooh, my eyes look pretty. Brown. I mean, duh. But sometimes lately they've been getting lighter, right? Like they just, yeah, they've been getting light. Anyways, yeah. Tangent. So yeah, Cheddar, me is sitting at the table with a couple of other people. And most of these people were in Cheddar's class, or Cheddar's grade, Cheddar's friends. Right? So, she's introducing me to these people, and one of the people that ended up sitting with us was Biscuit. Now, I noticed that when Biscuit came around that Cheddar was acting differently, because Cheddar is quite, I would say outgoing around me, or at least mostly around people that she's close to. But she's more nerdy. I'm more nerdy slash, I don't know, ratchet. I don't think I'm ratchet. I think I'm pretty nerdy, but I'm probably more ratchet than Cheddar. Like, by ratchet, I don't mean like literally ghetto mess. Not ratchet in the way that people who don't like black women say ratchet or ghetto, but ratchet in the way that black women who love black women say ratchet. Like, randomly you be twerking, you into like certain cultural things and you be vibing, like type shit. Like ratchet, that type of ratchet. Like you're better at being outgoing and vibing with the culture. You feel me? Spend a couple of times in the hood, but just not too ghetto. Anyways, so I think that's what makes me seem more outgoing, is that I tend to be a little bit more vibrant. I tend to like the cultural things, even though people who are like ratchet as fuck, like ghetto as fuck, would consider me a white girl, that type shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I could relate to Cheddar and her personality, but I probably come off like I'm not like her at all, which I think is strange because most people who, like I said, are like real hood, they call me white girl. So they don't, hood people don't think I'm hood. Very non-hood people think I'm hood, if that makes sense. That's why I say growing up, I kind of always fell in between categories where it would make me feel always misplaced. Like, I know people like, or people be making jokes. People will make jokes and say that I would say that I'm misunderstood. And I don't think I'm misunderstood at all. I think people know me get me very clearly. But people who don't want to get to know me, I kind of fall in, like, like to black people, I'm not black enough. And to white people, I'm too black, right? To short people, I'm tall as hell. But to tall people, I'm short. To light-skinned people, I'm dark-skinned. To dark-skinned people, I'm light. That's what I mean. So to certain people who are more hood, I'm nerdy as fuck. But to nerdy people, I'm hood. Yeah. So Cheddar was more obvious, I guess, to the other side, where I keep falling in this weird fucking place. It just depends on who I'm around, would depend on what type of person I'm seen as. But the truth is, I'm just bubbly. I'm just eclectic and bubbly, and I like to enjoy different things and different cultures. I don't really put myself in a box. So sometimes I tend to, a lot of people like me, or a lot of people fucking don't, pretty much. Yeah, a lot of people love me, a lot of people hate my fucking guts. So at this point, everybody was vibing with me, right? So Biscuit, I'm not gonna lie, Biscuit is a very attractive man. Like, that man was fine as fuck, but he was not my type. So Biscuit is like a light-skinned, like high yellow, light eyes type of, light brown hair type of guy. The type of men that I'm into, I like dark-skinned. Give them to me dark. And if they're not dark, then I would mostly go for non-black at all. Like, not black at all. Like, white as fuck or black as fuck is pretty much what I'm into. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. Like, gingered, green-eyed white dude with freckles, or dark as fuck with locks. See? You see what I'm saying? I was one or the other. So, but he was really fine. Don't be like, fine is fine. And that man was fine, but he was not my type. I was not interested, right? But you could tell he was looking at me. You could tell, not like, I don't think it was that obvious. I don't think it was obvious, like, damn, like, but you could tell he was vibing with me. But it was honestly just because I was being goofy. And there was this nasty ass candy that they had as a centerpiece. There was this candy inside. And I went to go eat it, but I ate it confidently because I'm like chatting it up. Yeah. Pop one of them babies in my mouth, and it was nasty as fuck. I'm talking black licorice nasty. Like, what the fuck is this? Whoever flavored this needs to be fired. Because it wasn't black licorice, but it had that star anise sort of licoricey. Anyways, I wound up spitting it out. Now, mind you, I wasn't trying to be dramatic and be like, oh, what the fuck is that? No, I was just like, what? And I don't gag. What I mean is, I didn't literally gag. It was just like a joke, kind of like, I was probably a bit dramatic, but not in the dramatic, like I'm trying to take your man. Cause weird. But yeah, it was nasty. So I went to go spit it out, and I went to go to the bathroom. Mind you, as I'm like, what the fuck is this? I didn't cuss at the time. Or I did cuss, but I didn't cuss a lot. So I was just basically like, oh, what is this? And other people at the table are laughing. At the same time, I tried it. He tried it. And so he also was like, oh, what the hell? But I go run off. So it's not like I was trying to be cute in front of him. But, yeah, it's nice. I left. By the time I came back, I didn't want to sit with them no more. Because it was not that. It was not that. I was not trying to flirt with this man at all. Or boy. Right? So that happens, and I could tell that she was quieter. She wasn't really talking to me anymore after that day. But it's not like she ever said anything about it. She never brought it back up. And it's not like we have too many more of those orientations where we would all be sitting around each other again. You know, school starts. She's in her classes. I'm in my classes. Of course, me and her still hang out. But we're in different grades. So it's not like I'm ever around him. So fast forward. They were trying to place me in an algebra class. I had algebra, but they were trying to place me in algebra 2, which is a grade higher than me. Why they wanted me to be in an advanced math class is wild, because I was not good at math and I had math anxiety. But I think at the time, because of, I guess, just the way that I learn, they felt like I could go to a higher grade. And I didn't end up taking that because I was like, that's too much pressure. Which I kind of wish I did, because any chance to... Schooling for me was just very troublesome. So sometimes I wish I took school more seriously. But anyways, so when they put me in the advanced algebra class, he happened to be in that class. Now, mind you, like I said, I was not into him. However, his best friend, since, you know, we're going to call him Gravy. Cheddar, biscuits, and gravy. Gravy was dark-skinned, a dark-skinned dude. He did not have hazel. It appeared as if he had light eyes because his eyes matched his skin tone. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, like when men are dark, but their eyes are lighter. They're not like black. They're like brown. So they're dark-skinned, and so their eyes tend to match their skin color. Ah! That was... You know, it's funny because I've seen him as an adult. Well, not, it wasn't recently. It was probably like 5 years ago. And, ooh, he aged so well. He aged so well. Anyways, that man, also very tall, like, Gravy was tall like Biscuit. Same build, everything, except he was just... When I say Biscuit is fucking fine, I'm like, wow. Like, model, actor fine. So for me, for Gravy to be finer than Biscuit, to me, because I'm talking like Michael B. Jordan fine. Like, that man, to me, I don't know. I don't know what other people would say. But I just mean like those thick, bushy, dark, shiny eyebrows, beautiful fucking eyes, long ass eyelashes, beautiful fucking chocolate skin, juicy ass pink lips. Damn. Damn. Anyways, I had a huge crush on him, but I had a boyfriend. And I think I told a story about that. Landon. Yeah, so I had a boyfriend at the time. I only had one boyfriend in high school, and I was not, you know. But I did mention Gravy in a story time I told about Landon. Because when me and him finally broke up, me and Gravy got together. But this didn't happen yet. I was still in and out of it with Landon. So, but I'm in that class, so I couldn't keep my eyes like that, boy. That's probably why I couldn't do the motherfucking algebra 2. Too busy looking at knuckles. No, he wasn't. He was a very sweet guy. He was a very sweetheart. Very sweetheart. He was a huge sweetheart. Anyways, yeah, so I already had my boyfriend who I was trying to figure out was even worth dating or not. And then, like I said, Gravy's fine as fuck. I was not thinking about Biscuit. But I would see them every day, and yeah, we probably did get a little bit close because I'm in that class. So now it's like, instead of it just being them two, we kind of three musketeered it in that class. Mind you, I was only in that class for like a month before I was like, nah. So as it was getting towards the end of me being in that class, because it was like towards the end of the year, so I wasn't gonna do too much more. They just wanted to see if I wanted to be in an advanced class. Yeah. Anyways, so as we're getting towards the end of that class, I grow closer to them. I do see that it seemed like she had an issue, so I remember asking, Cheddar, like, hey, do you like him? Like, do you have a crush on him? And she would keep saying no. I hate when women do this. If they don't fucking... If you like somebody, just say you like somebody. Because that can get real fucking messy if that guy ends up liking you. Because anyways. Because like I said, I got a story time for y'all. But I would ask, because it did seem like she liked him, and it did seem like she was bothered by me and him being around each other. And she kept saying, no, 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 no. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. Anyways, so one day we're in the class, and everybody's leaving out the class as usual. But because I don't know what I was doing, but it was taking me longer to leave the class than everybody else. So it wound up just being like me, the teacher, Gravy, and Biscuit. And then Gravy starts to walk out. And then a teacher walks out, and I feel like it's like, like a lot of books, all the shit. I don't know. That fucking class was stressing me out. But I know it was like, picking up the books and shit like that. So as I'm walking out of the class, it's just me and him. Right where we get like the door, and then of course there's like walls on each side of the door. As I'm walking towards the door, Biscuit grabs me, right? Comes back through the door, grabs me, pushes me up against this wall, and he just starts fucking kissing me. Mind you, this kiss was so out of the blue. It was random as fuck. Didn't see it coming, and nasty. Like, the kiss was so fucking bad. It was so bad. This is probably like the third worst kiss I've ever had in my life. At the time, it was the second worst kiss I've ever had. I've had one other one after that almost literally made me gag. No, I've had two after that made me gag. Now, I do not like drool. And I do not like tongue kissing because of the drool. The problem with the drool is I just feel like some people are just nasty as fuck. Like, their mouth is nasty. And I just can't imagine swapping spit and tongue. I do not gag. As in, like, I don't have a weak stomach. So nothing really makes me gag, like funky smells and nasty images and things like that. I don't gag over things like that. And I really hate it when other people do that. Like, sometimes it really does I have a phobia of vomiting. So it really does get to me when people are like, ugh, ugh. Like, that shit is, I hate when people do that. So it's probably the reason why I just don't have a weak stomach. But when it comes to like gross ass kissing, those 4 times except for that first time, those last 3 times, I actually gagged. Like, that's one of the only things that could make me vomit, is that mouthy, nasty shit. Like, anything in my mouth, as far as someone's bodily parts that stinks or that's wet, it would, ugh. Because it's like, I just know people are nasty, and I just can't imagine you putting that in my mouth. Nah, ooh, I can't do that. And tongue kissing type shit. And that's what he was doing. He was just fucking full throttle tongue kissing me. Like, fucking putting his tongue on my teeth. Ah! So I'm really like, I pushed him off me because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, oh no, my bad. I just really like you, and start confessing his little crush. And I'm like, bro, I like your friend, first of all. And I like your friend, first of all, but I'm still like not interested in talking to anybody because of Landon. And I never mentioned Cheddar because there was no point, because she didn't like him. But it was pretty much like, no, I'm speaking on me. Like, first of all, you didn't ask me to kiss me. Like, there was no fucking warning. Like, what the hell? So I'm mad as fuck. But I'm not mentioning Cheddar because in that case, in any case, when somebody is doing something to your personal space, your autonomy, your body, and violating, fuck giving a fuck about what somebody else gonna think. Protect you. Right? Right. So, but after, me getting mad at him, whatever, all that shit. And me cooling off when, like, some time go by. And I do end up telling Cheddar, like, this boy kissed me. It was disgusting, blah, blah, blah. But I'm still not telling her as in, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Your boyfriend. Because you don't like him, right? But I could tell that she was upset. Like, the way that she was upset, though, was as if I took her man. Was as if I did something. Right? So, fast fucking forward into the future, and I want to tell the story time about this. But she ends up bringing this situation up. Like, full-blown yelling at me, saying, like, basically, I be stealing her man. She's like, you always do this. You always do stuff like this. But she's, now mind you, when she brings up that I always do this, from that situation happening to when she says this, we're talking 5-6 years later. Yeah, we're talking a good 5, 6, maybe even 7 years later. Like, we were teenagers when this happened. We were not full-blown adults, but we were like young adults when, like, over 18 when she brings it up again. And she's like, you always do this. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a story time. I don't want it to be as quick as this one is. Because, yeah, I'm going to say that as my next story time. But the reason why she says this is fucking nutsos, which brought me to the conclusion. Stop being so fucking insecure about your shyness or your reservedness or your being introverted that you shit on women who are not like that. And mind you, I am more shy or reserved or more introverted than most outgoing women. I'm just, like I said, I'm in between. Sometimes I'm shy as fuck. Sometimes I'm really not. Sometimes I'm introverted. Sometimes I'm extroverted. It really just depends on the situation. If I'm not comfortable, I'm going to be introverted as fuck. If I am comfortable, I'm going to be extroverted as fuck. But I have that type of personality either way where I just attract people. And when I'm being introverted, I attract people who want to talk to me and tell me their stories. And when I'm extroverted, I attract people who are loud and bubbly like myself. But because of, like, in that situation and a few other situations where she was involved in, or other friend groups, she would always, and other people would act like they don't want me around their man because I'm going to steal their man. How the fuck did you take some nasty ass kiss from somebody I didn't even fucking like as I steal your man? When did he become your man? When did he become my man for me to steal him? Now, I will say this, because it's actually funny. Years after this argument, years after that, like 3 or 4 years after that, me and Biscuit did actually end up going out on a date. I ended up going back home, and while I was out there, we ended up hanging out, talking, blah, blah, blah. And he asked me out on a date. Because I'm a good person. I don't know if this means I'm a good person, but because of that argument, I ended up texting her and telling her that Biscuit asked me out on a date and asked her, was she comfortable with it? But I'm a bad person. How the fuck am I sitting here asking you about going out with your not man? But it was all because I didn't want her, like, let's say me and him went out on the date and we ended up hitting it off. And, next thing you know, we getting fucking married. I didn't want this to become some I stole her man and now they're married thing. Mind you, when I told her about this, the story time I want to tell you guys about next, she was talking to somebody who was actually my man that she also felt I stole from her. That she ended up, y'all never believe it. You wouldn't believe how many people who called themselves my friends or my family ended up dating somebody after I had already dated them. And it's like, or after I had already talked to them, or after knowing that they already wanted to talk to, all that, whatever. But yeah, we did end up going out on a date. And I remember telling him, like, Well, before he asked me out on a date, I remember telling him, like, you remember that nasty ass kiss you fucking forced on me and shit? And he's like, yeah, I was just a boy then. And, because, mind you, dating him was weird. Yeah, I should probably do a story time about that too. We're not dating him. I didn't date him. But the date was fucking weird. But we did end up kissing again, and he did redeem himself. He is a way better kisser than he was in high school. High school, I said, what the fuck? And it was probably nasty because I didn't like him, and he forced it. Now damn, I just realized that she probably think I'm a homie hopper. Because I did end up talking to Gravy. But it's because that's who I wanted the fuck to talk to. I ain't want that nasty ass, dusty ass, dry ass biscuit. I wanted that gravy. I wanted that gravy. No, let me stop. Not did. Dark chocolate gravy. And now I was actually so sad that didn't work out. I ended up going back with that dumbass Landon. Fucking, ugh. Anyways, I hope you guys like this story. I hope you guys like the story time. And I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, sorry for being gone for so long. It's just weird shit started happening. You know, I never thought that at fucking 50 subscribers, I think I got 50, people would find a video and lose their damn minds over it. I feel like most people get to like 10,000 subscribers before people that they're telling the story times about fucking finds them and starts saying, you know, you say something about me. I'm at 50 subscribers. Y'all acting like fucking 10 billion people done seen this shit. And y'all, you can't talk about me. Because we're going to handle that in court. We're going to take you to court. And for what? For what? But telling the fucking truth, you weirdos. Yeah, so if y'all ever see me, you know, with a lawsuit, it's because I did a story time about somebody. And the funny thing is, because it's like defamation of character type shit, but it's like, how do you know this was about you if it's not true? Because I didn't say no names. So how'd you know it was about you? How you know I ain't never been through this before with somebody else? I've been through some weird shit with people. Why you telling on yourself? Oh yeah, because this ain't about you. This ain't about you. This motherfucking channel's about me. How you gonna be on my channel, see my stuff, talk shit in my DMs, and be like, it's not about you? And then how they found out, to me, I'm still trying to figure out how they found out about that channel. I mean, so I was told how they found out about my channel. However, this same person that was the reason why these people found my channel is the same person is the reason why these people know my new number. How do you make that many mistakes? I don't know. I know people can be like a little reckless, but at the same time, it's like, okay. Monitoring spirit. No, anyways, I hope you guys like this channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know why I did that. You know what the fuck I'm sick of? I'm sick of all the chicks in my life that's been in my life, you know, the ones that feel some type of way about me, whatever the fuck. I'm the fuck sick of all those women in my life who have felt some type of way about me being around their man like I'm some fucking man stealer. All of them have at some point tried to talk to, flirted with, or accused my man of flirting with them at some point in my life. And I think that's so fucking weird. Because like telling the story time and the one I'm going to tell next, it's funny because it's like, this very person did that same thing to me. Like, actually did that to me. Some other a friend of mine's where she called me a fucking compulsive liar to somebody else because she felt like something was happening between me and her man. But this is the same fucking person who ended up fucking with Landon. And I think that's so strange. Or like women that were in my family, that it's like, act like I'm a man stealer, but the man that I'm gonna steal is also a family member. That's like an aunt accusing me of trying to steal my uncle. Y'all are fucking weirdos. And then that same aunt flirting with my man. It is it is 110% more likely that you steal my man than I would steal yours, because yours is my family member. If 2 plus 2 is fucking 4 and 5 plus 5 is fucking 10, who the fuck is these bitches? What I mean, monitoring spirit ass hoes. Cause how the fuck is y'all always accusing me of she gonna take me, she gonna take me, she gonna take me? And I ain't saying I never took a man before, but none of you bitches. Like, okay, so, cause I don't even know if I ever told this story time. I should make that a story time before I say that. But it was on principle. I'm not gonna lie. it was sometimes, cause I feel like it when it like non-related, but took a nigga's man. Took a bitch's man. It was the principle, though. It was because she had this funky ass, I'm a bad bitch, bad bitch, bad bitch, bad bitch. Like, I'm just some fucking, I was say like I'm some loser. Honestly, I don't give a fuck if I was. Like, I'm just not really that type of person who cares about shit like that. Who cares about reputation and validation and, you know, street cred. And I don't like none of you niggas for real. So, I don't care about stuff like that. Right? For me, I'm cool if I think I'm. As long as I'm cool with me, I'm cool. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, the love I have for myself matters more to me than anybody else. You know what I mean? Everybody can like, you flat fucking booty bitch. But as long as I think my ass is fat, my ass is fat. I don't really give a fuck what nobody else think. But, you know, I didn't always have that. It was in there, but I didn't always, like, have that, right? So for me, it was the principle that you think I can't get niggas. Not only can I get niggas, I can get your nigga. Ooh, and I got her nigga. But yeah, I shouldn't have did that. Anyway, sometimes you got to, no, you not like that. Don't do that. Cause now you collecting bodies trying to prove a point to a hoe that don't matter. I ain't seen that bitch in a long. I'm stop talking about people. Let me stop calling people names. I ain't seen that chick in a minute. Last time I did, though. I swear. The chicks whose it's not that the chicks whose men I've stole look bad. It's that these chicks tried to ruin my life. And then when they realized I could take their man, or I could take my man back, whatever the fuck, it's kind of like they started to look how I used to look, and it's not. Well, I'm sure they look good now. I don't know. I'm not in that type of drama. But at the time when I was in that type of drama, it's like, yee. Moral of the story is, don't take nobody's nigga just because you can. And yeah. Let me go pray.